I'm here with my colleague from Malmö University in Sweden, and we're going to continue talking about supporting virtual exchange teachers. Malin, can you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Malin Glimäng, and I'm from Malmö University, working as a teacher educator.
All right, well, thanks for joining me and agreeing to answer these questions. We'll start with the first one, which is just as a virtual exchange teacher, what's been the biggest barrier you've encountered as you've tried to organize and run your exchanges?
I think for me personally, here at Malmö University, the biggest challenge has been time. Over the years, as I've organized and run virtual exchange projects, I've put in a lot of my own time during evenings and weekends because I'm passionate about virtual exchange. However, it's difficult, I think, to recruit colleagues. And in order for virtual exchange to grow and become a regular part of what we do in the program, we need more people to join.
Yeah, and this is a really good point you raised because I know a lot of institutions are interested in upscaling and so getting more people involved, which leads to my next question. So in your opinion, what support would teachers appreciate from their institution's administration, internationalization office, or university management in order to help set up and run a virtual exchange?
Well, I think linking back to what I talked about time here, it would be a great support, of course, if virtual exchange became an integrated part of a course or a program at an institutional level. And this would mean that it would also be visible as a regular part of what we do at teacher education, in my case. Linked to that would also be, of course, IT support to make it transparent for IT staff that this is going on at the university, and that as VE teachers, we might need help in, for example, setting up a communal platform with international courses or groups.
Good, a good point. All right, so that brings me to our last question, and that is what support, if any, have you received from your institution that has really benefited you in running a virtual exchange?
Well, I actually think I have received the kind of support I'm talking about, although it's taking time. And I've received support, for example, in getting extra hours for organizing virtual exchanges in specific courses where we've identified that this is where we want to implement a virtual exchange module. I've also received support from the IT department at the university. However, mostly on a personal basis, because I knew people, colleagues who work as administrators and in the IT department. But making virtual exchange, again, a more transparent part of what we do would also perhaps ensure that kind of support on a regular basis, so that, for example, we would be able to open up Canvas and enroll international students as well.
Mm-hmm. A good point. I'm going to double back on one of the comments you made. In addition to the IT support, you mentioned having additional hours, and I think that's really crucial. And just to translate it for a few other people, what you're speaking about is being given recognition in your workload. So work time is, you're giving more time to focus on the virtual exchange, and so some other part of your workload is reduced to allow for that, correct?
Exactly, yes. And this would also allow for recruiting more teachers, having colleagues become involved in virtual exchange more long-term.
Excellent. Well, Malin, thank you so much for taking your time out of today to join me for this interview. I really appreciate hearing from you.
My pleasure. Thank you.